Hello, my name is Bethany Labac, and today I would like to discuss a beautiful Catholic church located in the downtown area of Jacksonville, Florida. The church is named Basilica of the Immaculate Conception. The church has a rich history, which is in part why it has been recently designated as a basilica. The original Immaculate Conception was built in 1854 as a small mission church made of wood. That same year, Pope Pius IV declared the Immaculate Conception of the Virgin Mary an article of faith, making the Immaculate Conception Church one of the first churches named after this dogma. Sadly, in 1863, during the midst of Civil War, Union troops destroyed the building by burning it to the ground. Rebuilding was delayed due to the aftermath of the war, and reconstruction began in 1871. The new and improved building survived nearly 30 years until a massive fire swept through the city of Jacksonville on May 3, 1901, wiping out thousands of buildings in its path. Afterwards, the church was rebuilt for a third and final time. The current building that we will discuss today has plans designed by architect Melvin Henry Hubbard in 1905. M.H. Hubbard took courses at the New York Architectural School and specialized as a church architect, supervising in the erection of over 400 churches. He successfully designed plans for the Immaculate Conception as well as a church nearby called Bethel Baptist Church. The stained glass windows were produced in Munich, Germany by Franz Meyer and Company. This family-run company was established in 1847 and quickly made a name for themselves. By the last quarter of the 19th century, the Meyer Company became the leading foreign exporter of stained glass in New England. The popularity and quality of their work was acknowledged by Pope Leo VIII and other important leaders. Being hired to install a stained glass window inside the infamous St. Peter's Basilica in Rome was a testament to the success Franz Meyer and Company achieved. Let's take an in-depth look at the beautiful windows Franz and Meyer Company created. I would like to discuss how iconography of the stained glass windows forms the basis of the organization of the windows in the church. The window program follows the story of the Bible and is arranged to follow the life of Christ chronologically. The scenes and their locations are divided into three sections. Scenes illustrating Christ's birth and childhood are located in the east transept and nave. Events that depict Christ's teachings and miracles are positioned in the west nave and transept. Events that are related to Christ's sacrificial death are placed within the sanctuary. The program begins in the east transept with depicting scenes related to Christ's birth, the Annunciation, and the Nativity. In the east nave, there are four double lancet windows, all of which portray moments in Christ's early life: the Visitation, the Presentation in the Temple, the Finding in the Temple, and the Holy Family in the Workshop. The program continues in the west nave, with scenes related to Christ's teachings and miracles in the four windows: Healing the Sick, Rising of Lazarus, Sermon on the Mount, and the Transfiguration. Next, in the sanctuary, at the north end of the church, 7 windows related to Christ's sacrificial death and the sacrament of the Eucharist cover the length of the sanctuary: the sacrifice of Melchizedek, the manna in the desert, the Last Supper, the crucifixion, feeding the multitude, Paschal Lamb, and the sacrifice of Isaac. 7 windows are purposely placed to frame the altar where the members of the church receive communion, because they all symbolically represent the spiritual feeding through the Eucharist. The program ends at the west transept with 2 windows illustrating scenes related to Christ's death, the resurrection, and the ascension. The Immaculate Conception is considered a Gothic-style church. Distinct Gothic characteristics are seen throughout, such as heavy use of Gothic pointed arches, rib vault ceilings, and lancet windows. The church is constructed of rough-faced white Kentucky limestone that starkly contrasts with a red tile roof. Similar to the Chartres Cathedral in France, the 2 spires are unequal in height and differ in appearance. They create a fantastic focal point for the center and west tower entrances. Inside, the rib-vaulted ceiling extends down into slender marble piers. The sanctuary includes the ornately decorated main altar and is flanked by the 2 side altars. This church is inevitably influenced by early Christian style. This year, Pope Francis designated the church as a basilica, making it one of 77 Catholic churches in the United States to receive this honor. Christian Basilica was modeled after the Roman Basilica. However, Christian basilicas differed from the Roman design with the addition of transept. The addition causes the shape of the building to resemble a cross. There is a repetition of triple elements seen throughout the church. The importance of the number 3 is associated with the Holy Trinity. Reminiscent of early Christian art, the stained glass windows are a visual narrative, educating viewers about the life of Christ. The way the scenes on the windows in the sanctuary pair events from the Old Testament with the ones of the New is also inspired of the early Christian style. I chose to search for a subject in the downtown area in Jacksonville, assuming there I would have the best chance of discovering an interesting subject. There were many potential subjects to choose, but nothing caught my eye the way that the Immaculate Conception did. There were many other churches in the Gothic style architecture, but in comparison, they were not as large, tall, or pleasing to the eye. What I liked most about the church is its impressive height and the way the 2 gorgeous towers differ in height and appearance. Of course, it is difficult not to appreciate the elegant stained glass and decorative interior of the church. The amount of light the numerous windows let in, combined with the white painted walls accented with gold, caused a sizable room to gleam. Up to this point in the course, I have found Gothic architecture to be the most interesting topic, so I was pleased to find a building that would allow me to take a deeper look into the style.